Welcome back into Victorious Tarot. Today we're going to take a look into the Idaho 4 case one more again. And I saw a question on one of my favorite channels. Absolutely obsessed with this channel. I love his accent. I love the channel. I love the topics. And I'll mention his channel in the comments just in case any of you want to go check him out. Great channel. And the question he had was, why didn't Dylan or Bethany, why didn't anyone go check on Kelly and Maddie when they couldn't get into the lover's room? Why didn't they just go ask the other two what was going on? And I found that interesting because I didn't know it was a question that needed to be asked in the first place. So let's take a look into that. So I guess we'll start with Dylan to try to see if we could get a reason. Why didn't Dylan check on Kelly or Maddie? When she realized she couldn't get into Xana or Ethan's room, why didn't she go check on Kelly and Maddie? My kid jumping around. 3 of Cups in the reverse. So this is either she's saying there was too many energies around, or she just went off and did her own thing. Temperance in the reverse. This is impatient energy, imbalanced energy. This is possibly energies not getting along. Remember that Temperance in the upright is about blending energies, or it could be about mixing something, but I don't think that's the case. Queen of Wands here, the social butterfly, the beautiful woman, the center of attention. This could be how she sees Kelly. So just from this vibe alone, I don't feel like she necessarily got along with one of these girls. I don't think she got along with one. And from the whole time covering the story, I guess you can consider Kelly being the center of attention, even though there are 2 other girls that were unalive, but it seems like she was like the center of attention for this case. So I'm going to say that's Kelly's energy. We have the 4 of Swords in the upright, which talks about that resting position, that laid to rest position. And remember, at this time, all 4 are deceased. So in my mind, in my opinion, she didn't go because she already knew they were gone. The Star in reverse, despair, a loss of faith, no hope. She knew there was no chance of revival. She knew they were gone, and she knew they weren't coming back. Period. On this little detour the Death card. So honestly, I think she already knew. She already knew they were gone. The Wheel of Fortune. This just happens to be bad luck, a mishap. In the moment that they don't get along, they're not blending. She's unalived. And I feel like with this Wheel of Fortune showing up on Dylan's soul, for her, this is like, oh, that sucks. She's dead, but it's not like I really cared. The World in the reverse. So the World in the reverse tells us about a need for closure, something being incomplete, or somebody's world being turned upside down. 9 of Swords in the reverse is inner turmoil, secrets, or fears. Yeah. So it's starting to look like she didn't go check on her because she knew everybody else was. She knew they were all gone. She didn't really get along with her like that, so I don't think it was in her to like, let me just run and see if they got Kelly too, because I'm pretty sure she already knew. I 100% do not believe this girl was asleep the whole time 4 people were getting massacred in the home. I just don't buy it. Queen of Pentacles. This talks about a work or home conflict. So we already know there's conflict going on in the home. And now the energy has switched to this Queen of Pentacles. the Fool in the reverse. This could talk about the chaos. The Magician. The Magician tells us about someone who is very skilled. They had all the tools, whatever they needed to make whatever they wanted to happen, happen. Ace of Wands in the reverse tells us about a distracted mind, delays. She can't think of anything to do in that moment. I didn't go check on her because at this moment I can't think of anything I could do that could possibly save her. Page of Pentacles in the upright. This could come across as a dependable energy. Learning something new, which in my mind is her realizing I cannot do anything to save her. There's nothing I could do. There's nothing I could think of that could save her life. Because I set my ass in here last night or early hours in the morning and listened to her get butchered. And pretended I was asleep, even though somehow I was texting. Ugh. Seven of Wands in the reverse. Talks about feeling like a failure. Defeated. Failure to protect something or someone, and they were defeated. Five of Wands in the reverse tells us about avoiding conflict or making a compromise. Four of Wands in the reverse talks about that conflict with others or leaving the home. Four of Cups in the upright talks about reevaluating the situation. So if I had to narrow it down to why nobody went to check on to check on Kaylee and Maddie, why they were so concerned about the lovers. They say nobody's a target. They say one girl's a target. Between those two that weren't checked on, Kaylee and Maddie, one of them had to be the target. If everybody's running to check on the lovers, but you're not worried about what happened to the other two. And once the world finds out something happened to all of those people that were unalived, you come out with the bullshit that you were asleep. Come to find out, you were texting. With all that time you were texting, 911 wasn't on your mind. I don't believe it for a second. So for anybody out there who feels like there are other suspects, maybe you should start looking at the roommates, the survivors. Maybe you should start looking at those two for other people that were involved, because they were the only people that weren't harmed. Even though she came face to face with the psycho who just slaughtered 4 people. Like your life mattered, you survived. I'm not saying I wish anything on anybody that anything would have happened to this girl, but at the end of the day, you had time to text John, Dick, and Harry, but you couldn't call the police and say, I think my friends are being killed. I think somebody's in my house. Help. Do you think at some point you could have saved someone? And again, according to the tarot, she didn't go help because she knew they were already gone. She didn't really care for the other girls in the house, okay? She didn't really care for them. Hence, departing after they're dead. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.